There is a layer sitting on top of some of the most productive allotment beds in the country, and most people who put it there could not fully explain what it is doing. They know it helps, they know the soil underneath feels different, but the actual mechanism, the chain of events that starts the moment you spread that mulch, is something very few growers ever stop to examine. That is a shame, because once you understand what is really happening beneath that layer of straw, wood chip, or compost, you will never apply mulch carelessly again. Let us start with something that sounds obvious but is not. Mulch is not a soil improver in the way fertilizer is. It is not primarily a food source. It is a physical intervention, a deliberate barrier between the atmosphere and the soil surface. And that single distinction changes everything about how you use it. The soil beneath your feet is not inert. It is a living system. A teaspoon of healthy allotment soil contains more microorganisms than there are people on Earth. Bacteria, fungi, nematodes, protozoa, all of them cycling nutrients, building structure, and supporting the roots of everything you're trying to grow. That system is fragile in one specific way. It is vulnerable to the surface. Rain compacts bare soil, sun dries it, wind strips moisture, frost heaves the structure apart. Every time the surface of your bed is exposed to the elements, that living system underneath takes a hit. Mulch is the thing that stops that from happening. The most immediate effect of mulch is moisture retention. You already know this, but here is the part most growers miss. It is not just that mulch slows evaporation, though it does. The more important effect is that it regulates the moisture cycle. Without a surface layer, your soil swings between wet and dry. Heavy rain arrives, saturates the surface, then dries out within days. Roots are constantly adjusting. The microbial community is constantly adjusting. The soil structure itself is constantly being broken down and reformed. Mulch dampens those swings. The layer absorbs excess moisture and releases it slowly. The soil underneath stays consistently damp rather than cycling through wet and dry. And consistent moisture is one of the most underrated factors in how well vegetables grow. It is also one of the hardest things to achieve on an allotment during a British summer, which is why mulch does so much heavy lifting during dry spells. Here is something even more interesting. Mulch insulates, but it does not just keep soil warm, it keeps soil stable, and stable temperature is again the thing that matters most. Soil microbes and plant roots both operate within temperature ranges. Too cold and they slow down, too hot and they struggle. The British climate throws both extremes at allotments across the growing season. A dark soil surface in July can hit temperatures that genuinely stress roots and kill surface fungi. The same surface in March can freeze overnight and thaw by afternoon, which is physically destructive to soil structure. A consistent mulch layer buffers all of that. It shades the surface in summer, slowing heat buildup. It traps warmth in autumn, extending the growing season at the margins. It reduces the freeze-thaw cycle in winter. The soil underneath is simply more stable than it would otherwise be, and stable soil grows better vegetables. Now here is the part that connects everything. Over time, mulch breaks down. Worms pull it into the soil, fungi colonize it, bacteria begin decomposing it, and as it breaks down, it adds organic matter to the top layer of soil, the very layer where most biological activity and most root feeding happens. This is why a well-mulched bed improves year on year. The mulch is not just protecting the soil, it is feeding it. It is building the spongy, dark, crumbly texture that every allotment grower is chasing. The layer you put on this autumn becomes part of the structure of the bed by next spring. Different mulch materials do this at different rates. Straw is fast, bark chip is slow, well-rotted compost is almost immediate. Knowing that lets you choose the right material for the right situation. A bed you want to plant into in 6 weeks needs compost, not wood chip. A path you want suppressed for 2 years, bark chip is perfect. Yes, mulch suppresses weeds, you know that. But there is a mechanism here that is worth understanding properly. Annual weed seeds need light to germinate, most of them. A layer of mulch thick enough to block light, typically about 5 to 8 centimeters, will prevent the vast majority of annual weed seedlings from ever establishing. The seeds are there. They will always be there. But without light at the surface, they do not get started. Perennial weeds are a different matter. Couchgrass, bindweed, creeping buttercup. These have root systems deep enough to push through almost anything. Mulch slows them. It does not stop them. If your bed has serious perennial weed pressure, mulch alone is not your answer. But for the relentless flush of annual weeds that arrives every spring, a good layer applied at the right time saves hours of work. So when you spread a layer of mulch across your beds, you are doing several things simultaneously. You are stabilizing moisture, You are buffering temperature. You are feeding the soil ecosystem. You are suppressing annual weeds. And you are building long-term soil structure with every passing season. None of those things happen overnight. Mulch is slow gardening. It rewards patience and consistency far more than it rewards a single enthusiastic application. The growers with the best soil on the allotment site are almost always the ones who have been mulching the same beds for years. Apply it thick. Top it up. Let the worms do the rest. So over to you. What material do you use as mulch on your allotment beds? And has anything surprised you about how the soil underneath has changed over time? Leave your answer in the comments, especially if you have ever dug back into a bed and found something unexpected beneath the layer. And if this helped you understand your plot a little better, subscribe to Grow a Lot Studio. There is always more going on down on the allotment than meets the eye.